Jaraxxus might be in a good spot now. Also, there's a bug with him, which you'll see later in the video, that is actually making him even better than he should be. The reason why Jaraxxus is a good hero now is because Demons is in a good spot. It's more of a tempo-ish meta. A lot of people are playing Wrath Reavers, and Trickster is just a very insane one-drop as well to buff up with your hero power. Now, Jaraxxus, his buddy, is basically just a better Impatient Doomsayer on tier 4, which is the card that Avenge gives you a random demon, but you need an Avenge board. It's tier 4, it's neutral, it's no guaranteed. Well, this is a demon, your buddy, that gives you a demon on death rattle, can stay on your board, can scale up. It's amazing. And we also have a great opener here. I really can't complain. We got double Weaver, 2 demons, and I am scaling up already, you know, a Trickster. Now, there are some common mistakes that I see on Jaraxxus that I'll address in this video as well, so that way hopefully you'll have better games. Like this turn you could just level button, but I have 2 demons in my shop. I get so insanely strong here if I just play both and hero power. It works out so nicely with my gold. I think it's fine. It guarantees that I get my buddy as well, and we're up against Yogg, who would be pretty strong. So we're able to beat the Yogg, get our buddy. We got a triple lined up as well. Life is looking great, and you might even want to triple into a 3-drop here because Katrina tier is so massive. But I will go for a 4 just because Big Fernal is still a card, and I wouldn't hate still finding an early Impatient Doomsayer. But Demons is like the only thing that sometimes wants to triple into 3-drops because Katrina tier is so huge. So I stopped, you know, self-damaging. Now Argus, not what you'll like to see, but I guess Argusing my Tricksters isn't horrible, so that way they guarantee die, because right now they're too big. And for turn 6, we're pretty massive. Look at that Weaver, look at the size and everything. And here's a Maleficent, who also got her bomb already. She should be rather strong, but yeah, our buddy didn't even die. That's how massive we are at the moment. So Demon's in a good spot, but the issue is that you still lose to poison endgames. This lobby lucky doesn't have Murlocs, so there's way less poison. And a common mistake I see is that people would also just scale up any demons on the board and value their hero power super high. So you see me sell my Trickster, or sold my Trickster, and sell this taunt. You don't just want to buff random demons. That's really important. Don't just use your hero power to buff crappy cards, because obviously that will lose in the late game. The main demons I'm buffing here right now are the Tricksters, because those are actually valuable, and I plan on tripling them into a 5 or a 6, so I can hit Firebat, I can hit maybe Max now Malgadons, or Zulon tier 5, so keeping the options open and the potential. You also don't just want to randomly cycle a bunch of demons to scale up Weaver. I'm not going to buy any demon I see, so I'm skipping the Big Fernal here. It also doesn't scale anyways, since I don't have that many death rattle demons. But I buy, you know, the good demons. This Overseer still buffs a Trickster. I can eat it as well with this this card. What is the name? Soul Devourer, right? Yeah, so otherwise I had nothing to devour because all of the demons on my board I want to keep. So just buy good demons. Now here I have 3 gold left, so I might as well just cycle, play the Gambler and Button instead of roll a whole bunch and do nothing. But yeah, that's the key takeaway. I'm also leveling a lot. Now I stayed down on tier 2 for an extra turn, but I'm still leveling rather aggressively with the tempo I have. So use your tempo, buff good demons, don't get baited by stuff, and try and counter opponents. If you see you're facing Max, just find a ghoul. Ghoul and Self is always a good endgame. And I made it to tier 5 here, so I also have a pair on Soul Devourer, which I value pretty high. It's one of the best triples in the game. If I triple the Soul Devourer, I get 6 gold, and I get to double the stats of whatever I eat. It's so huge. So I want to keep this in hand, maybe play it on board. And now this Yogg, as you can see in comparison, like our board versus theirs, we went to tier 5. They have a Gold Ring, Mama Bear. It's the first time we take damage and lose a fight. Up until this point, we haven't lost a single fight just because of how much of a monster we are. We also got a pair on Katrina tier. So life is looking good. We're getting close to tripling our buddy. Now there's a brand. You could take it if you want to pivot into something, but without Murlocs, it's really hard to go into a Malgadons at this point. Like there's no Seafood Slingers, no Lookouts, so I think I'm skipping it. It doesn't give me too much value on this board. Finally tripled our 1-drop, our Trickster, into Firebat, so we got better scaling now than just our hero power, which gives +1/+1. Like so far I've been pressing my hero power quite a lot, almost every turn, so you don't need to do that if your money doesn't work out, but it's just been great at the moment. The main demon, again, we're scaling is just a 1-drop, I guess a taunt, and then whatever else sticks on the board for that time being. I do want to eat here, so that way I can buy the Selfless, since once again it's a really good endgame to just have gold and Selfless on your board with some big stats. Firebat, we're gonna eat this shop. You don't get full value, but yeah, this is just Jaraxxus in a nutshell. Now we are facing the first opponent with poison, which is scary. They also have a Dong without poison, and you know, they only have 3 HP, so killing them here would be amazing, which we do. So that's the advantage of just not having one big guy, which would be a Weaver, but having multiple bodies on the board. So the Firebat helps with the scaling. We just have a massive Trickster, which turns our other cards into relevant ones. Still have, you know, 2 triples here, a triple Katranat here, and the buddy. So hopefully we can find even more cards, maybe triple Firebat, who knows. Now a Manaxna I will take, because the big issue again with big demons is you lose to poison and all that stuff, which I mentioned. I have a bunch of dead cards on the board, like these what is the trade drop called again? Soul Devourer? Yeah, the Soul Devourers on my board that aren't doing much. They're very weak stats, they don't trade well. Same with the Firebat right now, and the Katranat. They won't be relevant in the late game, so we want to try and, you know, fix those and put either Selflesses in or Poison. Poison is obviously the best end game. We got like double max. There's a Reborn. There's another Selfless in the shop. Now, what do I sell here? It's really hard. I decide to just, you know, not sell anything for the turn. I think against Mukla we should be fine. I freeze for good luck. Obviously, I won't be able to buy anything since I'm eating the full shop. But here's a Mukla with a massive cleave and actually a pretty decent board. It's already top 4, by the way. We already gained MMR and I did nothing but level by demons and press hero power, so that's why I think Jaraxxus is just in a great spot. It's just so simple to, you know, be strong in the current state of the game. Also, here's the bug, by the way, that I referred to in the title, which makes Jaraxxus even stronger. The golden version of the buddy always gives you pairs. This is not intended, so the 2 demons you get are always a pair, so it's super easy to find even more triples in the late game and transition into an actual good endgame build. Like find MarkMcKz, find Amalgadons, all that stuff is a whole lot easier with the triple buddy. And you get your buddy obviously really quick because you have a very strong board, so your meter should always like max out every single fight. Right now I'm rolling. I didn't take Spore because we're up against the Beast player, and like Spore against Deathrattle Beast isn't good. I have to sell something though. I think I can't really afford to keep this spare, and I accidentally played both MarkMcKz. You see me panic because I wanted to play the Reborn first. Now I'm really contemplating what the best play here is, and I think I'm just reborning this MarkMcKz and playing the Selfless, so that way, you know, at least have a, like double max now, reborn max is essentially the same thing. They both have poison. But yeah, I didn't know what to sell. You see me panicking bottom right. Life isn't perfect, mistakes will be made, so I acknowledge this mistake, and it sucks. I also didn't have time to reposition, and now this stupid Hydra kills my my max now. So this is a very spooky fight. I didn't want to sell a demon because stats were actually probably relevant against this beat player, so that's why I sold the max now over just a random demon to play the reborn, since I think in these final fights, especially against Maleficent, poison isn't good. So in case anyone was wondering why I sold max now over a demon, that's why. In these final matchups, I think the stats will be more relevant than poison, so I'll just play one reborn max now instead of two max nows. And I can always just find another max now, by the way. So we got double Soul Devourer from our taunt as well. You see me, or you saw me losing my mind, because as soon as we sold the pair onto a Soul Devourer, we rolled Soul Devourer in the shop, we found two Soul Devourers from the taunt, and it's just like, the game is just teasing me at this point. So Maleficent endgame, now you will see this quite often because Maleficent is pretty good. You don't really want to play poison boards against that. I level because I need to hit Zap. Zap is like the main way to beat that, because there's no Quillboars to play around it, so I can just snipe their Baron. And there's the second Firebat, that is bait, that doesn't do anything. I'm gonna play Baron here instead of Selfless, because Selfless probably doesn't do anything either against the bombs. Baron, however, if my Trickster pops, will give me a lot more HP on my board, which health will be really important against Maleficent, obviously, because the only way I lose is if the bomb like snipes my entire board and kills it. So getting extra plus 45 HP on two more cards will be good. Sadly, the bomb was able to kill my Baron here already, so I guess that won't be happening anytime soon. And they're also playing a Buster build, so they have Golem Macaw Buster, so they have actual stats on the board, which I didn't expect. Also notice how my buddy gave me two Amalgadons. That's also busted. If you go to 6 with this Golem buddy, I just got two Amalgadons for free. Now, sadly, I probably won't be able to do anything with it, because again, Poison of Ice Shields aren't good against this board. Like in the end, this Kangaroo is gonna pop another Elementium Bomb, I mean, the buddy from Maleficent, which just clears everything. So I'm really trying to figure out how to beat this. Like a Zap literally just ruins this person, kills the Baron, gets rid of the Kangaroos, and this should just be GG. Other than that, we really just gotta hope that our Baron doesn't die, and maybe we can get enough health from the Trickster. I picked up Ghoul because it's probably better than, you know, any of the small demons here or the Baron. I found Zap. That should be GG. I guess we're selling Baron, like it's likely to be snapped anyway before Trickster dies. Tried the Amalgadon, it doesn't really matter, but I can cycle through the demon because it does buff the Weaver. And again, stats matter. This is a stat endgame. I want to put more stats onto this Weaver, and I don't want to sell any of my big boys. Now I'm going to just play these Soul Devourers, even more stats, even greater. Again, sadly we didn't triple it. Imagine if I tripled that Soul Devourer and was able to eat one of these demons. Probably big enough again. And I'm not sure if the Ghoul will be worth it in this fight, because most of their taunts will be, or most of the mechs will be pretty small once I zap him. So I think I'll just keep a big boy on the board, keep a max on the back still, because, you know, it could clean up some stuff. And they sadly go first again, and they hit my zap twice. They sniped my zap. Like, this is so unlikely and so unlucky. I think we were very favored to win this fight now with the zap. But the fact that they won the flip on going first and hit the zap twice and killed it is just surreal. And now I just sadly won't have the stats to deal with this board. Either, you know, with the buster value that they get with the Baron and the Kangor, and then the bomb that is still gonna summon. Yeah, we played our outs. I think Jaraxxus almost got a very clean first here, just playing strong demons. And I think Jaraxxus, I'll play the hero a lot more. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one.